Welcome to Roncalli High School. I'm Stefan Welsh alongside Quinn Harmon. You are joining us in the woodshed for a championship matchup here in the Circle City Conference between the Roncalli Rebels, the home team, and the visiting Heritage Christian Eagles. It's going to be a good game tonight, Quinn. The Eagles come in with a 17-1 record, and the Rebels 13-8 on their end. Just from warm-ups, what's the feeling you get here tonight?
I'm thinking that Roncalli is going to have to pull out some really good defensive play to stick with the offense that we're seeing from Heritage Christian tonight in warm-ups.
Yeah, and there we go. There's our signal back. So Rebels needed to come out big on defense. They just so happen to have a really good defensive player on their end, Emma Halter, who is going to be probably another all-state recognized player here for her sophomore year. Leads the team in digs, leads the team in aces, but on the other side of that is a pretty good offensive player and defensive player in her own right. That would be Raven Colvin.
Yeah, I'm thinking that, looking off the records in previous games, I think it's going to come down to how the two teams match up, player versus player. Looking at, Roncalli beat a team that then beat Heritage, and Heritage has beat teams that have beat Roncalli. So I think it'll be a pretty even match. It'll just come down to maybe even just rotation versus rotation, which team can go on runs and take advantage of those mismatches.
Right, and to be more specific, the common teams here that we've had here is Roncalli has beat Brebeuf beat Heritage Christian. Well, on the other end of that, Roncalli has lost to Bishop Chatard. Heritage Christian has beat Bishop Chatard. So all in all, pretty well even within the Circle City Conference, which is why it comes down to this here in the end for the conference championship. Wonderful thing to have that for tonight. Glad that you are joining us, and we are going to go ahead and take a break here as we get ready for the prayer and the national anthem. Tonight is also senior night, so there's always a little more pomp and circumstance to go along with that. But you are watching the Rebel Media Network here on YouTube.
We're so thrilled to have Peyton Manning's name on our children's hospital. But we are a hospital designed for kids.
And then the halfback went in motion and then ran a slant route across the middle. Try to get a linebacker isolated on him. I like this beat. It's nice. Give me some more bass. A little more bass here. These are nice. Wish they had them at the adult hospital next door. They have to make this giraffe green.
That's crazy.
Might be right. Let's go red right, scat right, 585, wide drag. On two. Ready? Break. Nice ride. Y'all have these in blue? Can you hear this?
There's only one Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, offering world-class compassionate care for your child. Schedule primary, ER, or specialist care online.
Thanks, Peyton. We've got this.
Oh, okay. That's where they go.
to have Peyton Manning's name on our children's hospital, but we are a hospital designed for kids.
And then the halfback went in motion and then ran a slant route across the middle. Try to get a linebacker isolated on him. I like this beat. It's nice. Give me some more bass. A little more bass here. These are nice. Wish they had them at the adult hospital next door. They have to make this giraffe green.
That's crazy.
Might be right. Let's go red right, scat right, 585, wide drag. On two. Ready? Break. Nice ride. Y'all have these in blue? Can you hear this?
There's only one Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, offering world-class compassionate care for your child. Schedule primary ER or specialist care online.
Thanks, Peyton. We've got this.
Oh, okay. That's where they go.
We're so thrilled to have Peyton Manning's name on our children's hospital, but we are a hospital designed for kids.
And then the halfback went in motion and then ran a slant route across the middle. Try to get a linebacker isolated on him. I like this beat. It's nice. Give me some more bass. A little more bass here. These are nice. Wish they had them at the adult hospital next door. They have to make this giraffe green.
That's crazy.
Might be right. Let's go red right, scat right, 585, wide drag. On two. Ready? Break. Nice ride. Y'all have these in blue? Can you hear this?
There's only one Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, offering world-class compassionate care for your child. Schedule primary ER or specialist care online.
Thanks, Peyton. We've got this.
Oh, okay. That's where they go.
We're so thrilled to have Peyton Manning's name on our children's hospital, but we are a hospital designed for kids.
And then the halfback went in motion and then ran a slant route across the middle. Try to get a linebacker isolated on him. I like this beat. It's nice. Give me some more bass. A little more bass here. These are nice. Wish they had them at the adult hospital next door. They have to make this giraffe green.
That's crazy.
Might be right. Let's go red right, scat right, 585, wide drag. On two. Ready? Break. Nice ride. Y'all have these in blue? Can you hear this?
There's only one Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, offering world-class compassionate care for your child. Schedule primary ER or specialist care online.
Thanks, Peyton. We've got this.
Oh, okay. That's where they go.
And welcome back to Roncalli High School. I'm Stefan Welsh alongside Quinn Harmon. You are joining us in the woodshed here at Roncalli High School campus for the 2019 de facto Circle City Conference Championship match. It's also senior night here at Roncalli. Student section is out. I think the best student section we've seen all season so far, right, Quinn?
Definitely quite a bit bigger than our last home game here.
Yeah.
They're ready to see some good volleyball.
They are ready to see some good volleyball, and we're going to have to see over them. But yes, should be some good volleyball tonight. Some nice talent on both sides of the ball. Number 6 for Heritage Christian, Gracie Ledbetter, serves. That ball hit out. Oh, yeah, that ball hit out by Lazan. It was certainly long. I thought the line judge missed that call, but point number 1 goes to Heritage Christian. Roncalli able to free ball that ball over. That ball gets up, and a nice slide hit there by, we're going to be calling her name a lot tonight, Raven Colvin, who was able to get head and shoulders above the net and put that ball down. A little too hot to handle for the DS on Roncalli's end there. Emma Halter takes that ball. Origer sets the outside, goes to Lazan. That hit off the top of the block, and nobody behind it. So the freshman, Birch, back to serve. Pretty good serve receive. Colvin takes a little bit off of that ball, tips it. Geibel getting the start tonight on senior night. Free balls it over. That's a pretty nice rip there by Heritage Christian. Geibel's going to get that ball over in the donut area, kind of a standing down ball, and it's going to score. So Birch back to serve again. She sets from the back row. Nice pass there. It was kind of a weird decision on an attack from the back row there for number 12, Phillips.
Yeah, great pass. You think that you use your big middle up front there.
Yeah. Pretty good pass with the hands there, and woo! That was pretty impressive right there. Colvin was dug by Ermer, who overpassed it, and then she took care of the rest of it there. Ermer herself. I mean, not Ermer. Colvin. A big rip on the outside by number 14, Valentine, but she hits that one into the net. And pardon that, it was Halter that dug that, not Ermer before. Rader, Molly Rader, the recently crowned homecoming queen, back to serve. That ball taken by Ledbetter, and that ball goes long. Ledbetter, the libero tonight for Heritage Christian, the Eagles. 17-1 record so far this year. Wilson tried to joust with that one there at the net. Johnson tried to tip it over, rejected by the block. Wilson kind of rips that one. Ledbetter digs it, and that ball off the top of the block. Halter getting there. The Rebels are going to free ball this one over. Kind of shanked by Colvin a little bit, and the Rebels are going to get a free ball back. Birch to set the outside for Wilson. That goes off the block there. Good challenge at the net by Johnson. And then Colvin going to get the kill. This is going to be an exciting match, isn't it, Quinn?
It is. I'm thinking that what Roncalli needs to work on is getting a kill before Colvin gets the set.
That's right. Yeah. Birch sets the outside for Wilson again, and that ball was dug by number 10, Hickey, and then the Rebels are going to earn the point there. Lazan, the sophomore, back to serve. And that ball is going to be killed by Colvin. Colvin serves. Halter takes that one. And Wilson is under and in the net. Yeah, call her in. So there's two players, one on each side. Halter, who leads the team in digs, seems to always be in the right place, and leads the team in aces. And on the other side, we have, as Wilson gets the kill there on the outside. On the other side, we have Colvin, who leads the team in aces and leads the team in kills and leads the team in blocks. So pretty nice little matchup there tonight. Seeing on both sides. As Origer, the senior, serves. And that ball is put down by the other middle, Lovie Wallace. Back to serve is number 3, Emma Pettit. Sorry, number 5, Maggie Ledbetter. Wilson gets behind that one a little bit and is blocked at the net. There we go. That's a pretty good rip from her, and she's able to squeeze that one in where there is nobody playing defense there. Grace Ermer, senior, getting ready to serve here. Ledbetter takes it. Put over by Wallace. Murphy saves that ball. Free ball over. Ledbetter. A nice little 1-2. My goodness, I think that ball was in.
Yeah, I think they definitely got a lucky call there. It looked like it was pretty squarely a foot by foot inside that line.
For sure. It definitely looked in. Ermer takes that one. And Ledbetter receives. And that ball was set a little too tight there. Number 12, Phillips, wasn't able to get to it. With the hands tonight for Heritage Christian is Snyder. She's a 5'9" junior. She's going to be around for a really strong season next year. Ermer passes that one to Origer, trying the 31 with Hill and not going to work. And a little bit of a gap there left by Hill and Murphy, and that ball put down right in between them. A kill off of the block. A 10-9 ball game. Phillips serves that one. Nice pass. And Murphy takes a pretty good cut on that, but hits it out. I think line was the right shot there.
Yeah, right idea, just a little wide.
Yeah. Phillips taken by Halter that time. Back outside to Murphy. She tries the tip, and the defense comes screaming up. But what happens when a front row player reaches back for a tip ball like that?
Nothing good ever happens.
Nothing good ever happens. That's pretty much what happened right there. Emma Halter, the sophomore, back to serve. Taken by Ledbetter. Set by Snyder. And that ball is killed by number 14, Valentine, the senior outside. So Ledbetter, the libero, to serve, taken by Grace Ermer. Set by Origer. And Murphy tries on the outside. I don't know that Phillips is going to be able to save this one. And she can't. And Johnson's going to check in for Origer as Birch takes over the setting job and serve. Freshman lefty puts it over into zone 5. Nice dig there by Ermer with her hands off of Phillips. Wasn't off of Phillips, off of Valentine. 12-11. Roncalli trailing. Snyder with the serve. Ermer in that two-person serve receive going to take that one. And something you don't see very often from Lazan is a roll shot that she gave there. Murphy goes for the net, and the Rebels called for two there. Snyder serves again. Two-person serve receive for Roncalli. Ermer takes that ball. Nice pass to the setter. Dominating at the net is Colvin right now and the Eagles, and the Rebels able to sneak in a point there. I once upon a time had a coach tell me, dominate at the net, and you'll win the game. We'll see how that works.
Find another coach that tells you the defense is all that matters.
You could dominate at the net with defense. They might be married to each other, those two coaches. So that ball is hit long. Colvin and the Eagles showing their frustration with that. Raider back to serve. Taken by Ledbetter. Snyder to set the outside. And that ball hit long. So we're seeing a rotation where Colvin's hitting on the outside and struggling just a little bit is the swings right now for Heritage. We're going to take a 15-second break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Roncalli Media Network. Welcome back to the Woodshed at Roncalli High School. Here with Quinn Harmon. What have you seen so far? What do you like so far?
So far, it's been a pretty good matchup. I think that the Rebels are setting themselves up pretty good right now, taking advantage and staying with the lead when Colvin has come back in, forcing her to just make some shots that are a little bit harder than that one out of the middle.
Raider serves deep to zone 6. Colvin is going to get up there and get a kill over the block. And I'll tell you what, I think that you're right. If Roncalli can't put the ball away before they can set Colvin, it's going to be a rough night.
Right. And honestly, if I were setting on the other side with Heritage Christian, I know where I'd be setting the ball every time.
Yeah. So number 10, Hickey serves. She's a 5'2" DS. Nice play there to dig that ball. Phillips tips that one over. Halter is going to go to Johnson, who is going to swing, and that one's going to go long. Two-person serve receive. A couple of seniors in that serve receive with Halter, the sophomore. Right now it's Raider back there. Not a good serve receive. And Halter is going to hit that one over on the net. Phillips swings long there, but gets a tip. I didn't see a tip, but they saw a tip. And there was a tip. Touch, I should say. Hickey back to serve again. Taken by Halter. Great pass. And a nice big swing there, but oh yeah, gonna get the touch. Gonna get the touch called for Wilson. Wilson leading the Rebels in kills. Lazan leading the Rebels in kills from the middle. Back to serve. Gonna have to serve tough on a night like this are the Rebels to force Heritage Christian out of ball control so that they can't set their big hitter. And the Rebels get another line kill there. Nice swing, huh?
Yeah. You can see the outsides on Roncalli's team are all trying to hit that line, mainly because you're avoiding the block in the middle.
Lazan to serve again. Zone 5 by Phillips, and she's going to take a crack at it. Dug by Lazan. Set by Birch, and a little off there with Hill. That one didn't work out for the Rebels. So Colvin will serve for the Eagles. Like I said, leading their team in aces. And she'll serve that one long. The Jinx is on. Origer is coming back in. Johnson subs out. Zone 6 taken by Hickey. Phillips is going to take that one and pushes it to Halter, who then gets it to Origer, and Hill hits that one over, but then some miscommunication on the other side of the net. What did you see there?
I'm not entirely sure. Looks like the setter took the first ball, and there was just some miscommunication about who was going to come in and get it, whether it's Libero or one of the other hitters.
Phillips takes that, going to take a crack on it at the outside there. Snyder. And why wouldn't you set Colvin in the back row? She hits it into the net. And so we're going to have a timeout here by Heritage Christian. Roncalli up 2017 in this first set. We're going to take a 30-second break. You're watching the Rebel Media Network. Welcome back to Roncalli High School here in Indianapolis, Indiana. Watching the championship match of the Circle City Conference. Roncalli up by 3 in set number 1. And Quinn, you were just saying it just seems like unforced errors on the part of Heritage Christian right now.
Yep. I think we're just seeing a lot more ups and downs on their side, whereas Roncalli has stayed consistent.
Phillips tries on the outside. And that ball is touched. Or the R1 didn't call the touch.
I didn't see a touch.
There was no touch. Nobody else was expecting a touch but me. All right. Okay, Origer to serve. Pushes the Roncalli lead to 4. 21-17. What a great dig by Halter there. We've been saying that all season. Birch with the swing. Free ball over to the Rebels. Let's see what happens here. Going to the outside. Wilson covers herself. Nice set in the middle there, and that ball's going to be put down by number 15, Wallace. Rebels had a few chances there, just couldn't quite get a really good set. Not that you need a really good set, but couldn't get a decent set and approach there. Good ball taken there by Rader. Wilson with the ball that's hit high off of the block, and those 3 DSs back there just couldn't communicate on that one. For Heritage. In receive there, we have Ledbetter, and Hickey. Libero takes that one. Phillips on the outside. Halter sets Murphy, who then gets the kill. Nice little back set by Halter and a great shot by Murphy.
Good aggressive play on an out of system there.
Yeah. Ermer to serve. That one taken by Ledbetter. Halter to Origer. And Birch with a nice swing on that right side. Phillips is getting her work in tonight, isn't she? She's getting a lot of sets right now. And they're going to the middle. Nice job by the Rebels to be there on defense. Let's see if somebody can get a swing off here. Murphy gets a swing, dug by Hickey. Phillips gets a swing and scores off the top of the block, extending the court. Nice job. Like I was saying, Phillips is getting a lot of sets tonight, and that's got to be because they're out of system so often right now. Get the ball to the outside. Roncalli's middle is just not on yet right now. Hill kind of takes that one. They're going to call a double on Halter there. I don't disagree. Kind of a funky play. 23-19. Phillips, Ermer takes that one. Orger sets the outside, a little tight. And I don't know that I agree with this call of Murphy being in the net, because I think she was in the net but outside of the antenna. Either way, the Rebels weren't going to come away with a point on that one, I don't think. So we're going to take a 15-second break. You're watching the Rebel Media Network. Welcome back here to Roncalli High School in Indianapolis, Indiana. Heritage Christian making a bit of a run here in the end. Set number one. Roncalli up 23-21. Phillips back to serve. She's gotten a lot of work out there tonight. Heritage finding some points with their second middle, Lovey Wallace. We'll see how this goes, huh? Two-person serve receive, as the Rebels have been doing most of the season, and Phillips hits that one long. What do you say about that, Quinn? Unforced errors?
Yep. Tough at this point in the game.
So Emma Halter trying to seal the deal here for the Rebels in set number one. And she does just that. Serving to number 5, Maggie Ledbetter.
Do we call that a forced error?
Sure, could be a forced error. So Rebels take set number one here in this Circle City Conference matchup. We're going to take a 2-minute break in between sets. You're watching the Rebel Media Network.
We're so thrilled to have Peyton Manning's name on our children's hospital. But we are a hospital designed for kids.
And then the halfback went in motion and then ran a slant route across the middle. Try to get a linebacker isolated on him. I like this beat. It's nice. Give me some more bass. A little more bass here. These are nice. Wish they had them at the adult hospital next door. I think I'm gonna make this giraffe green.
That's crazy.
Might be right. Let's go red right, scat right, 585, wide drag. On two. Ready? Break. Nice ride. Y'all have these in blue? Can you hear this?
There's only one Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, offering world-class compassionate care for your child. Schedule primary ER or specialist care online.
Thanks, Peyton. We've got this.
Oh, okay. That's where they go.
Welcome back to Roncalli High School. Set number one of the Circle City Conference Championship match has gone to Roncalli. And Quinn, you were saying that you think that so long as Heritage Christian can find a way to set Colvin most of the time, they're going to find success?
I think so, and obviously that depends a lot on the rest of your team too, but what we've seen is she's able to attack the ball up so high that it becomes kind of an open net for her, which makes defending that kill or that attack very difficult.
Right. And we have seen she can definitely get her shoulders above the net, which makes her different than just about any hitter that the team has seen so far this year. That ball pushed over by Snyder and tried on the outside by Geibel, and she's going to get a kill. A kill on senior night for Geibel on the outside. Halter back to serve. Set number 2. And some more trouble on the serve receive. Kendall Hickey struggling on that one. She takes that ball and shanks it. Kendall did not start or see playing time in the last set. I think that she was just put in there, and now she's actually going to be covered up. Pushing back number 14 there, Valentine. Interesting call there. That's a block by Colvin. Colvin was blocked, I should say, by Lazan, and then ball was hit over on 2 from the back row, and the Rebels weren't ready for that one. Snyder back to serve. The junior setter. Had a pretty good season as this Heritage Christian team so far. Lazan tries the outside, is rejected. That ball going to be dumped and scored on in the donut there by Origer. Faith Birch back to serve for the Rebels. She'll set from the back row now as the Rebels run a 6-2. Ledbetter takes that ball. And even though Colvin's they're trying to get the ball to Colvin right now, but even that's not working.
Serve receive is really struggling.
Yeah. Valentine takes that one. Colvin going to try the outside, and she gets a kill off of the block on the inside off of Lazan. Nice cut. Packed house tonight here. Circle City Conference Championship match. As we have Paige Hickey back to serve, number 10. Ermer takes that ball. I think it might have been out, but she played it anyways just to make sure. And Johnson's going to get the kill off of the block there. There's a little bit of a seam there, you think?
I don't know if it was a seam more than that ball going off the outside hand of Heritage Christian, number 9 there.
That'd be Abby Menon. Molly Rader back to serve. She'll put that one right into the middle of the net. Trying to serve tough.
With force, though.
With force.
If you're going to hit the ball into the net, it better be a tough ball into the net.
That's right. Trying to serve tough. Both teams will have to do that tonight. If you're going to win tough games, tough matches, got to serve tough. Hickey there, no setter in position. Or was Snyder on that? I thought that ball was kind of in the right area.
Yeah, it was a great up.
Yeah. Lazan back to serve. Hickey struggling with this a little bit here. That ball kept alive. Oh, nope. They're going to call a 2 on that. So an 8-3 lead here. Rebels jumping out early in set number 2. Taking care of business right now. Serving tough, and Lazan hits that one into the net. Sometimes that kind of stuff doesn't matter, though, when you have a 5-point lead. We'll see. The other Hickey gets in there to serve, Kendall Hickey. She's a freshman. And Wilson does a good job of attacking line there, as we've seen her do lately. Early on in the season, she was hitting cross, but now she's actually able to work that back corner line.
It's a really good spot because most teams are going to set their blockers up to take away cross. So if you can hit line, it's almost always open.
Yep. Orger places that one in zone 5. Birch challenging at the net. Nice job by her. So Orger back to serve again. Dropped it shallow zone 5 last time. She goes to Ledbetter in the middle there. That ball tipped over by Phillips. Pushed to the back row by Wilson. And not on the same page as Wallace and Snyder right now.
Seen quite a few of those timing miscues.
Yep. And we're going to take a 30-second break. You're watching the Rebel Media Network. Welcome back to Roncalli High School. I'm Stefan Welsh alongside my lovely and intelligent wife, Quinn Harmon. She has some thoughts about what's going on right now. I mean, like we said, we thought that this was going to be a knockdown, drag-out match, but we're just not seeing the top-level play from Heritage right now.
Yeah, and all starting with they just can't get a solid pass to run their offense, so kind of dug them right in the ground here.
Yeah. Nice volleyball lingo there. Dug by Halter. See what I did there? This ball going to be played over eventually by the Rebels and Hill. And Wallace takes a rip at that one. Rejected at the net. Going to the outside for Phillips, who is rejected again. And Halter there in the donut to cover it. Birch tries on the outside. I don't know if she touched that ball.
Swing and a miss.
A swing and a miss. So she's going to get the point.
One of the few times that you would be happy that you missed a dig.
Sometimes it's good to be lucky. Orger to Hickey in the back row, and there we go again. Somebody in the front row reaching back.
Nothing good.
Nothing good ever happens from that. Front row, don't reach back. Phillips back to serve for Heritage Christian. Nice swing there. Nice dig by Ledbetter as well. Wilson and Ledbetter there. Wilson tries it again. Ledbetter digs her again. Let's see if, okay, Heritage Christian just playing the ball over. Why not try Wilson one more time? But you know what happened? Heritage Christian's defense just outlasted the Rebels' offense there with Birch not being able to set Wilson again. That's got to pump them up a little bit. A 12-6 lead for the Rebels. Zone 6 where Raider is. And Birch hitting out of the middle. And that ball put back down by Hill, killing the overpass. Wilson's going to check out. Rader's going to check out. That'll bring in Ermer and Orger. Orger will set from the back row. She's the senior. That one taken by Hickey. And that ball killed by Wallace on the slide. I don't know what R1 is saying. What do you think he's saying?
Don't hit the ball under the net.
Don't hit the ball under the net. Okay, there we go. So Ledbetter back to serve, and she kills momentum for her squad, putting that ball into the net. First one over and in, typically most of the time. 14-8, the lead for the Rebels. Halter looking to extend that with a tough serve. Nice jump float. Taken by Phillips. Snyder sets Phillips then into the center. She pushes that over with two hands. Halter with the back set from the middle back. And Murphy free balls that over. A nice attack there. Good dig from Orger. I don't know if it's a good dig, but it's a good up by Orger, I should say. But number 14, Valentine, who's had some pretty impressive swings from being a 5'6" outside, gets the kill there. Snyder, the setter, back to serve. That goes to Ermer. Great pass. Birch swings on the outside. That goes off of the block. Birch back to serve. Nice pass there by Ledbetter. Valentine tries that one, but that goes into the net, and the Eagles are called for 4. Dug by Ledbetter. Going out of the middle is Colvin, and they found her again. For some reason, she hadn't been set 4 times in a row.
Spreading the love, I guess.
I guess. So number 10, Paige Hickey back to serve, and she'll put that into the net. And just these momentum killers, you know, the Eagles will come away with a big point, but then they'll serve and just give the ball right back. It's going to be hard to be competitive with anybody at that point. Molly Rader in to serve for the Rebels. Senior DS. As I just said, coming off a pretty good weekend herself. Homecoming queen. That one taken by Colvin with her hands, and Phillips going to tip that one over. Birch was there. Set to the outside by Halter on Johnson, and she's going to topspin that ball in the deep corner. That's a senior point if I've ever seen one on senior night. Rader back to serve again. Ball taken by Ledbetter. Trying Phillips on the outside. Dug by Halter. Wilson hits that ball long. No touch. And now Colvin's going to serve from the back row. Because that's where you serve, in the back row.
I think that she only got 1 kill in her entire rotation.
She only got 1 kill. She probably only got 1 set, too, in that entire rotation on the front row. So not exactly taking advantage of Colvin in the front row were the Eagles on that one. And the Eagles are going to get a kill off of a block there with Snyder and number 4, Kenzie Myers, being up there. Not Snyder. That must have been Wallace. Wallace and Myers. That ball taken by Rader. Wilson on the outside, tries the donut. Doesn't get up there, and then Wallace kind of just put that ball up in no man's land in the middle of the net, and of course it was tough for Snyder to get around her to get there, so that ball just drops.
She put it up to where she would be if she hadn't set it.
Right. 19-12, and that ball's going to leak over for a 20-12 lead here. Rebels are really, really putting it on right now. 5 points away from taking a 2-0 lead here in this Circle City Conference Championship match. And Wallace takes that. And of course we're going to get a timeout here from head coach Kyla Thomas to talk things over. We're going to take a timeout with her. Roncalli up 21-12. We'll be right back. You're watching the Rebel Media Network. We're back here in the Roncalli gym, the woodshed here. Stephon Welsh and Quinn Harmon. A little mind-boggling to the two of us that number 11, Raven Colvin, hasn't been set more often in this set. Anyway, the Rebels up 21-12. And that one taken by Hickey. Nice.
Good swing.
That was sweet. They'd be trying to send a message there. Really, really, really nice kill there. That was a little bit of a faster set, too. Kind of a go ball to the outside. And then Hickey hits that one long, which has been happening all night for these Eagles. Unforced errors. And that goes to balloons the lead to 22-13. Orger tries Hickey. And that one a little too hot for Halters. Phillips coming up with a couple of real nice kills lately. Maybe they'll go her way a little more often. Some better sets, some go balls, something. Phillips is going to come out. And she will give way to number 5, Maggie Ledbetter. In the back row. She's a DS. And Hill is going to tip that one over the block. Ledbetter not able to get there. No defender reading that one. And that really is just a read play, right? I mean, you got to be able to see the open hand, the elbow up, or the elbow down, I should say. Be ready for a tip. Ermer to Ledbetter, and Ledbetter's going to save this one over. That ball dug. And kind of just pushed to the side there by Wallace, and she's going to get the kill. So number 6, Gracie Ledbetter, back to serve. Oh, goodness, out of rotation on your serve. You want to explain that one there, Quinn?
I'm not sure who was out of rotation, so I don't know. I don't know if it was the wrong server or if it looks like it might have been the wrong server. I don't know. That's the down ref's job.
It was one of the Ledbetter sisters that was supposed to be serving, and I think that the other served. And Geibel coming up with a nice swing over the top of the block. That ball going to drop there, and Roncalli up 2-0. Really taking care of business right here. I mean, not that we don't see much fight from Heritage, but they're just not scoring the points they need to.
A bit of a different game than we thought it was going to be. I mean, still have to win another one, but we were expecting it to be a real tight, real close game, and right now the Rebels are definitely dominating with their defense, I would say.
For sure, and they're serving. They're serving tough. On the other side of the net, their Heritage Christian has to have 10 missed serves already in these 2 sets. That's not going to be any good for you.
No. It's that same thing that we keep saying over and over again, is those unforced errors.
Unforced errors on the Heritage Christian side, and a really good, strong defense on the other side for the Rebels. So we're going to take a break here. Rebels up 2-0. You're watching the Rebel Media Network.
We're so thrilled to have Peyton Manning's name on our children's hospital. But we are a hospital designed for kids.
And then the halfback went in motion and then ran a slant route across the middle. Try to get a linebacker isolated on him. I like this beat. It's nice. Give me some more bass. A little more bass here. These are nice. Wish they had them at the adult hospital next door. They have to make this giraffe green.
That's crazy.
Might be right. Let's go red right, scat right, 585, wide drag, on two. Ready? Break. Nice ride. Y'all have these in blue? Can you hear this?
There's only one Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, offering world-class compassionate care for your child. Schedule primary ER or specialist care online.
Thanks, Peyton. We've got this.
Oh, okay. That's where they go.
so thrilled to have Peyton Manning's name on our children's hospital. But we are a hospital designed for kids.
And then the halfback went in motion and then ran a slant route across the middle. Try to get a linebacker isolated on him. I like this beat. It's nice. Give me some more bass. A little more bass here. These are nice. Wish they had them at the adult hospital next door.
Welcome back to Roncalli High School. I'm Stefan Welsh alongside Quinn Harmon. Set number 2 went to the Rebels in dominating fashion. We'll see what set number 3 has in store. The Rebels looking for a clean sweep here. We were not expecting that tonight, as Heritage Christian has come in with a 17-1 record and has beat a team that Roncalli has lost to. Ermer receives that ball from Ledbetter, and Lazan gets the kill on the outside, going off of the hands of the other Ledbetter. Birch back to serve for the Rebels, the freshman lefty. She'll set out of the back row as well. Phillips takes that ball. Snyder out of the middle, and Valentine tries the outside. Snyder goes back to Colvin in the middle. Colvin getting out there. Snyder takes that ball, the tip, that is. And that ball's going to go down for Phillips, hitting out of the back row. Not a bad attack. And we have a 1-1 ball game here in set number 3. Snyder serving. Two-person serve receive for the Rebels, and Halter will take that ball. Going for the slide, and my goodness, Colvin puts that one down with authority. No wonder she's going to Purdue or something, right? And the Rebels going to get that point. Can't be in the net.
You also can't hit the ball into the net.
You also can't hit the ball into the net. Rader back to serve for the Rebels. Attacking Ledbetter there, and Colvin swinging off the top of the block there. Wilson cutting the ball inside, and that's something that I think the Rebels have been doing a pretty dang good taking advantage of tonight. As you see the block from Colvin really swinging pretty far outside. They're cutting it just inside there. Valentine gets the kill off of the tip. Took a really nice big approach.
Yeah, she sold it pretty well.
Yeah.
Like she was going to attack the ball, and then at the last second showed the tip.
Yep. Hickey back to serve. Rader takes that ball. Birch setting from the 10-foot line is a little off, and Wilson has to try to save that ball, but hits it out off of her platform. Hickey back to serve again. Deep into zone 5 for Rader, and Wilson's going to get a shot on the outside. Dug by Ledbetter. Phillips dug by Halter. Wilson pushed again, dug by Hickey, and Colvin's going to hit that ball out. Not exactly behind it, not exactly on top of it. And Lazan attacks that ball from beyond the stripe there, and Wilson tries it. Ledbetter not able to dig that one with her hands.
Seen Wilson hit the ball better tonight than I think any other game that I've watched her in.
Yeah.
Really strong approaches and attacks.
And Lazan hits that one in, spotted on the line. As things are kind of falling apart here in set number 3 for Heritage Christian. A 6-4 lead now for the Rebels. And Colvin is dug by Birch. And Phillips not able to finish on the other end of that dig. And Lazan. Tip by Snyder there.
Definitely thought there was a touch on that.
That was interesting, yeah. I do want to say one thing here is the Roncalli student section is chanting overrated for Colvin, and I certainly don't see that.
No.
Not much class shown there by the Rebels, I should say.
I don't
right
think
now.
they'll be saying that when she is producing on a D1 volleyball
Yeah,
team.
exactly.
I think, unfortunately, we don't get to see her full potential right now because she's going to be playing at a very high collegiate level already. And, you know, you just can't have a team in high school where everyone is playing at that same level as
that's
you.
right. Yeah. And many times that's what makes the best team is the team with the best number of players at a decently high level, right? I mean, not everybody's got that, and that's what makes the Rebels pretty tough to deal with right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's pretty good, and that ball is going to get killed by Phillips.
I think it also makes volleyball like a true team sport, you know, as far as you have to depend on everyone. You know, in basketball you can have someone kind of take over, and that's just not true in volleyball.
Yep. Halter with the pass there. Orger tries the middle. And that ball's going to be put down by Wallace. And this game's gotten a little closer. 8-7. Set number 3 here. Heritage Christian certainly has to climb the hill here. They got to get up the mountain. 1 point at a time. It's going to be tough against a really good, solid Rebels team who passes well and gets strong swings from the outside by Wilson, just like that one. Ermer goes in to serve. In comes Murphy. And look like we have number 8 in the net for Heritage. That's Snyder trying to save that ball. Ledbetter takes that. Snyder on the outside is Phillips. Not exactly a good set, but Phillips did what she could with it. That ball's going to land in even though Hill was behind it, or I should say in front of it. But that ball lands in. Ermer back to serve. Nice take there. And Phillips, as we've seen her and Valentine both tonight, get up high and get off the top of the block and extending the court. That's a good job. Nice 31 there by the Rebels. Dug on the other side by Phillips, and then Valentine gets the kill off a halter. Definitely the most heat we've seen in a volleyball game so far this season, I'd say, on both sides. Murphy with the swing. She's going to hit that one long. A 10-11 ball game. Ermer takes it. Birch on the outside, able to find that seam. It's a good press on the block, but if you're really going to press like that, you got to beat the ball to the net. Halter back to serve. Nice job by Phillips. Pushed over by Wallace. Snyder tries the outside for Valentine, who's going to be not blocked, I should say. She'll tool the block. Making things interesting here, keeping it within a point. 11-12 in set number 3. The Eagles need to win this one to continue the match. Ermer to Origer, tries the right side, and that ball unsavable by Birch. A little tight.
Might have been a good set for a righty.
Yeah, but not for a lefty. That's a good point there. Halter taking that ball as she might have been thinking that it was going to be out, but her hands were there anyway, so why not? And Lazan gets the kill off of the block. Nice tool. 13-12 the ball game. Rebels looking to seal the deal. Birch back to serve. Taken by Ledbetter. And Colvin gets up. Kind of an awkward stab at that one. And we had an eagle over the line, so that'll be Rebels point. Circle City Conference Championship match. Rebels up 2-0 on a team that has had a better record than them so far this season. Maybe the Rebels peaking at the right time here. Birch. That ball taken by Phillips. Set to Valentine, who's going to hit that one long. Some inconsistencies there. And there's going to be a timeout on the Heritage Christian side. We're going to take a timeout with them. You're watching the Rebel Media Network. Welcome back to Roncalli. Stefan Welsh alongside Quinn Harmon. That's the first big kill that we've seen from Murphy so far tonight. She's been a little off until now. Birch giving her a pretty good set. Got her outside the block. Colvin pushes that to the middle where Birch is. And Johnson tries that ball, but unable to cover herself. Point Eagles. 17-13 is the lead for the Rebels, looking to close out this Circle City Conference Championship. This would be their fourth in a row, meaning that they had won if they win this one. All four instances of the Circle City regular season. As Lazan kind of whips that one. Hits a curveball into the back corner. Zone 1. Raider in to serve. Phillips takes that ball. Valentine off the top of the block where Halter's waiting. Johnson tries it on the right side and gets the kill off of Valentine. 19-13, the Rebel lead. One more timeout taken by Kyla Thomas. We're going to keep it here for this timeout. It seems like a pretty frustrating moment right now for Heritage. They've had a really good season, good tough season. These two have not played so far this year, so we really have no past history. What are your thoughts so far, Quinn?
On Roncalli's side, I think you got to give credit to really good, consistent play across the board, which I don't think we've seen in the game in any game until this matchup.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of ups and downs with Roncalli, and usually they've ended up on the right side of that. But instead, they've been forcing Heritage to do that themselves, attacking and not letting up, and we've seen Heritage kind of fall and not be able to regain that momentum.
Colvin hits that ball out. And Molly Rader serves into the net. So 20-14, the lead. Rebels 5 points away from wrapping up this match and the Circle City Conference Championship. Since its inception, no one other team has won the Circle City Volleyball Conference Championship. And the Rebels looking to keep their stranglehold on that trophy as Colvin beats the block on that one. Hickey back to serve, Paige Hickey, the junior DS. And she hits that ball long. As we've been saying many a time tonight, unforced errors have been a big reason this Heritage team not able to hang with the Rebels tonight. Phillips rejected there. And Colvin swings on that one and hits the ball long. Lazan. Ledbetter shanks that one. Rebels are 2 points away now. And Ruthie New is going to come in for Lazan and serve. Subbing your server out in the middle of the serve. I've only seen that done one other time. And Colvin dug by New. Wilson pushes that ball over. Colvin not on the same page with Snyder there, and that ball's going to drop. So the Rebels 1 point away. And that ball hit long. Colvin gets the kill, or gets the ace, I should say, off of Rader. 24-17. Match point for the Rebels. And Colvin will get another ace off the top of the net. New not able to get that ball up. And we see, I see. So they sub then back in. Comes Halter. She'll pass that ball. And the Rebels are in the net there. That's Johnson. So Colvin going on a bit of a run here to make a statement at the end of this set or match. And Marsh is going to take a break. And so are we. We're going to take a 30-second break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Rebel Media Network. Welcome back here for set point, or match point, I should say. Set and match point. Colvin serves to Rader. Goes to Birch, tries Wilson on the outside. Snyder digs that ball to Hickey, and Phillips is going to get the kill. Colvin back to serve again. A 20-24 ball game right now. Eagles looking to pull one out. Phillips going to get another kill. Eagles really making this last set, if they lose, could be the last set, but the Eagles really making this last match point for the Rebels really interesting. Colvin back to serve again, 21-24. And that ball goes long, and it just couldn't keep going. In the end, the Rebels able to not eke one out, but really dominate most of the night there, thanks to the mistakes of the Eagles. Is that how you would wrap that one up?
I think you want to give some credit to Roncalli, though, too.
Yeah,
I mean, definitely had some errors on the Eagle side there, but, you know, saw some really great kills and some really strong attacks. You know, I've said it before, but some stronger play than I think we've seen all season.
Yeah, and I would say that as well. The Rebels, you can see them earning their trophy right now. The Circle City Conference champions again, 4th year in a row. Pretty pumped about that. From where they've been this season early on to now, I'm sure that those girls and that coach feel really good about winning tonight and really being on their as they get stormed by their peers in the cheering section. It's just got to be exciting for them because in the beginning of the season, I think that Missy Marsh would have told you that they don't really know their identity yet, and that was a great game played, great match played by the Rebels just then, heading into the end of the season. Well, you've been watching the Rebel Media Network. We're going to hang around for a couple of minutes here, see if we can't get an interview with Coach Marsh in the end. We are going to take a couple-minute break. Thank you for joining us. You're watching the Rebel Media Network. Yeah. Okay, so welcome back to the Rebel Media Network. I'm here with winning coach, Circle City Conference champion coach for the 4th time in a row now since its inception, Missy Marsh. And Missy, really big win tonight. Must be happy.
Oh, thrilled for everybody involved. You know, it's a good win for the girls. They've worked so hard. It's a good win for my coaching staff, for their parents. Like, this place was rocking. It was crowded. Gosh, so
It was senior night.
senior night. I mean, you couldn't really have asked for a better storyline.
Yeah. So going into this match, you and I were talking about it a little earlier, and Quinn and I both thought that this thing might go 4 or 5.
Yeah.
A little surprising to see it go 3.
I was surprised. I was very surprised. Even in game 3, you know, we told them, like, it's not going to be easy. And obviously you saw from the very end, they definitely made a little run at it. And I thought, oh, no, don't fall apart now. But, yeah, I mean, we came out ready to play. There's no doubt about that. I thought we definitely did a good job of unforced errors. We served so well to keep Raven their middle, who's going to Purdue, out of the game. I mean, she definitely got her good swings, but we were able to handle them and at times able to dig them. So
Yeah, it was really impressive to see. I mean, clearly the difference in serving tonight was all Rebels,
yes,
for sure. And if you're going to win tough matches, you got to be able to serve tough.
right.
So I think that your team did a wonderful job there. But just the movement on the court tonight, the defense, the grit, and as you were saying earlier, the focus,
Yes.
I think is the best that I've seen all season so far.
We were very fortunate. We had quite a few days to prepare for them because we only had 1 week or one game last week. So I think that would definitely, I don't know their schedule, but that was to our advantage. And the girls watched film. Obviously, Christina and I watched film, and they're such a cognitive group that you can bring it in and explain it. And they went out and executed it. You know, they put balls where we needed them to put balls. They kind of knew what they were going to run before they ran it. Our blocking, probably the best that I've seen this year. I mean, sometimes we have some new kids at the net and they struggle to block. So I thought our middles blocking wise did great.
It was awesome to see a special game there for the seniors tonight, sending them off. This was your last home game here.
Our last home game of regular season.
A regular season.
We do host the county on Wednesday.
Host county on Wednesday.
So.
Okay, good. And beyond county, who's your first matchup there with county? Do you know?
So Perry Meridian, and then the winner of Burbuff Park Tudor.
Okay, and then you do have a matchup with Brownsburg.
The following week in Columbus East, but not at home. Both of those are on the road.
Okay, both of those will be on the road.
So I mean, we're getting exactly what we wanted. You know, you want to play. We early on we went down 0-3, and you know, you want the pendulum to swing, and I definitely think it's swinging in our way, and you want to peak during the postseason, and I think we're on the upswing.
Right, and so when you think of the beginning of the season, where you were at compared to tonight, what's the major difference that you see in your own team?
Well, I mean, it's kind of cliche, but the cohesiveness.
Yeah.
You know, I definitely think at the beginning we had quite a few. We graduated 5 seniors last year, and so we definitely had 5 new people. We had a freshman that was getting used to everything. And I just think, and that's a testament to the girls, because they sat and, you know, when we have our meetings and we go over our goals, and they themselves were like, we've got to become more comfortable with each other on the court. They definitely thought that was a problem in the first 3 games. And then that sense of urgency, I think that they sat back a little bit. They really weren't sure when to push and what to do, and other teams pushed on them. And they got that together. They figured that out. You know, they figured out at the varsity level the speed of the game, and you've got to have that sense of urgency, and you just got to go after it. And I think that showed tonight.
And it seems like your team is peaking at the right moments, coming near time for postseason play. I mean, you're going to go into the county, and you got to feel good about that first round matchup, certainly in county, because you've already beat Perry.
Right.
But then even going further into county there, I mean, you got a shot at winning it? Is that?
Well, yeah, we do.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely. I do think, I literally say this, but I think we have maybe the hardest road. I mean, we're probably going to have to go through, I don't know a ton about Park Tudor, to be honest. I know they will be well coached. I've known Pat for a long time. But besides that, I mean, we've played Burbuff, so that'll be a good game, I think. I mean, our kids know that they can beat them. They've beat them before. And then if that does go our way, you go into LN in the morning and at Southport, and obviously we dropped to them, but I think we're a different team. I'm sure they are much improved. Nick Cox sat in the stands tonight and took all kinds of good notes. So, you know, they're definitely well coached as well. So I definitely think the county tournament, at least on our end, are going to be some really good games.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure calling games for you this season.
We love it. We appreciate
This was our last volleyball broadcast of the season. So beyond this point, we'll just have to I don't know, read the newspaper or something to see how things turn out for you.
Darn.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Well,
and the girls have certainly gotten a lot better since the beginning of the season.
Thank you.
And as you said, become more cohesive. Just come together as a group that is. It's kind of that come together to battle mentality.
Right.
It's been a pleasure to see so far.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys doing this.
Congrats,
all of you
Coach.
Guys. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, we've had a wonderful evening here on Rebel Media Network. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned. Next week, no, not next week. In 2 weeks, we'll have a football game coming up against Guerin Catholic, and you can catch that on the Rebel Media Network here on YouTube. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.